How's it going? My name is Tyler Mundy, and today I'm going to show you how to analyze a new build development deal, specifically on an infill lot. So I've got my little 3D printed home. We're going to throw this thing up on a lot and see how we do. First off, my kids helped me get a little 3D house set up. This was not important to the process, but was kind of fun. They got this 3D printer a month or two ago and have been using it nonstop. Here is a Google Street View of the lot we're going to be analyzing. This is one I bought not too long ago. The numbers have been augmented. There's our house on the lot. Doesn't quite fit, but close enough. So here's the 5 key figures you need to know when doing a spec build. You need to know the lot cost, the build cost, the financing cost. This is going to be your hard money loan, private money loan, HELOC interest. Now, if you're paying cash for the lot and the build cost, then you won't have any financing costs. You're going to save some money. We can talk more about whether or not that's the best strategy. It may be for you, but it may not. After financing costs, you've got closing costs. That's paying any realtors involved in the transaction, closing attorneys, title companies. Add those up. You've got your total cost. And then when you get your final value determined by comps in the area, you're going to subtract the total cost from the final value. And this is going to lead it to the profit. So here's our hypothetical deal. Our lot, let's say it cost $100,000. Build cost $300K. Financing costs, let's say this is going to run about $40K. Again, these are hypothetical numbers for the purpose of analysis. We might talk more later about how to arrive at specific figures here, but you can plug your own numbers in later. Total cost of $470,000 and a final value of $600,000. Again, this is going to be determined by comps in the area. Look at what other similar properties are selling for. $600K minus $470K, which is our total cost, leaves us $130,000 in profit. So if you know these 5 key figures, lot cost, build cost, financing cost, closing costs, and the final value, you can easily evaluate any infill lot spec build. A cool thing too about it is that if you know 4 out of those 5 numbers, you can figure out the other one. And how that works, for example, is say you found a lot off market that you want to purchase, but you don't know what the lot value is or what you can afford to pay for the lot. Sometimes lots are selling for more money than they should for a spec builder because a lot of owner occupants are purchasing them. Maybe something like that's going on. So what you can do is if you know the final value, you can work backwards from there. So in our hypothetical example, you've got a final value of $600,000 and you work back, you subtract the build cost of $300,000, financing costs of $40,000, closing costs of $30,000, and then and then you need to know an estimate of what you want to make in profit. Here we put $130,000. So you add those up, and that gets you to $500,000. And then you take the final value, 600 minus 500, you know that you can pay $100,000 for your lot. So you need to know there what your target profit percentage is, but that can vary location to location, person to person. But I might have more videos later on explaining how we get each of those numbers, the financing cost, the closing cost, the profit, and the build cost. Those are all important figures, but now you know you can work backwards to lot cost if you need to. I hope this video was helpful. Infill spec building is really not that difficult. There are a number of places where a deal can go sideways, and we'll probably talk more about that in the future. But if you've got any questions, any comments, please hit me up in the comments here. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.